ever wondered about the possibility of humans living on Mars? It's a question that tickles the imagination, a tantalizing blend of science fiction and emerging reality. We stand on the precipice of interplanetary exploration, but the journey to our red neighbor is fraught with complexities. NASA has outlined 5 significant challenges to overcome in order to make Mars not just a destination, but a home for humanity. So, what are these 5 challenges? Let's delve deeper. First and foremost, we have the challenge of cosmic radiation. Now, what exactly does this mean? Well, it's an invisible threat that bombards the body with high-energy particles, and it's a serious health risk for astronauts. This radiation can damage DNA, increase the risk of cancer, and even affect the nervous system. On Earth, we're protected from this threat by our planet's magnetic field, which acts like a shield against these harmful particles. However, Mars lacks such a protective field, and the thin atmosphere does little to protect against radiation. So how do we plan to tackle this? NASA is actively researching and developing strategies to reduce radiation exposure. Some of these strategies include developing radiation shielding materials for spacecrafts and spacesuits, and even considering the timing of missions to align with solar activity. Despite these measures, it's important to recognize that there's no perfect solution yet. Cosmic radiation is a constant, unyielding reality of space travel. And while we're making strides in mitigating its effects, it's still a significant hurdle in our journey to Mars. The radiation risk is indeed a formidable challenge, but it's not the only one. Next, we face the psychological impacts of isolation. Now, imagine yourself confined to a small space millions of miles away from home, detached from the world as you know it. This is the reality for those who venture into the cosmos. The sheer distance and time spent alone can have profound effects on an astronaut's mental health. Feelings of isolation and confinement can lead to stress, insomnia, depression, or even a decline in cognitive function. Just as you might feel stir-crazy being stuck at home during a storm, astronauts can experience similar but magnified effects over a prolonged period. But fear not. NASA is not sending its astronauts into the abyss unprepared. They are diligently working on strategies to alleviate these mental health concerns, implementing rigorous psychological screenings and training, fostering crew cohesion, and developing communication systems that allow astronauts to stay connected with their loved ones and support teams back on Earth are a few measures on the table. Mental health in space is as crucial as physical health, making this challenge one to reckon with. Thirdly, there's the issue of self-sufficiency in deep space. Venturing into the vast expanse of the cosmos, astronauts are required to be as self-reliant as possible. This isn't merely about knowing how to fix a broken piece of equipment or being able to treat a minor medical issue. It's about being able to survive and thrive in an environment where the nearest help is hundreds of thousands of miles away. The difficulties in achieving this are immense. From producing food to recycling waste, everything we take for granted on Earth becomes a challenge in space. The lack of ready resources, the isolation, and the harsh conditions all contribute to making self-sufficiency a real struggle. However, NASA is not standing idle. Strategies are being developed to overcome this hurdle. From advanced life support systems to potential in-situ resource utilization, scientists are exploring numerous ways to make astronauts as self-sufficient as possible. They are even investigating the possibility of using Martian resources to sustain life there. Being self-sufficient in an alien environment is no easy task, but there's more. Lastly, we have 2 more challenges: adapting to changing gravity conditions and managing life in a closed spacecraft environment. The transition from Earth's gravity to the microgravity of space, and then to Mars's gravity, which is just about a third of Earth's, can take a serious toll on the human body. It can lead to muscle wasting and bone density loss, among other issues. NASA is exploring countermeasures like advanced exercise equipment and nutritional strategies to mitigate these effects. On the other hand, living in a closed spacecraft environment for months on end is a challenge on its own. It's about managing resources, maintaining hygiene, and dealing with inevitable equipment malfunctions. NASA is working on developing closed-loop life support systems and reliable hardware. They're also studying how to recycle waste into usable resources like water and oxygen. These challenges make the journey to Mars a daunting task, but not an impossible one. To summarize, the journey to Mars presents us with 5 significant challenges. First, we must shield our explorers from the intense cosmic radiation. Second, we need to address the psychological impact of isolation on the human mind during the long voyage. Third, we must ensure self-sufficiency in the vast expanse of deep space. Fourth, our astronauts must adapt to changing gravity conditions, a feat that demands rigorous physical conditioning. Finally, we must efficiently manage life within the confines of a spacecraft. Overcoming these challenges is crucial for the success of any Mars mission. With relentless human innovation, we might just become the first species to make another planet our home.